Hi Libra, this is your full moon reading for April 2020, and what I can see here for you guys is that you've got a whole lot of anxiety around a situation that has come to an end, or the loss of something. We're right in the midst of this coronavirus situation, and as much as I'm trying to keep this relevant and resonant with Libra energies, with specific energies, there is this blanket collective energy that's coming through all the readings. So it's no surprise that you're in a state of anxiety and fear, as we all are, that you may have experienced some loss recently. But specific to you is this sense that you're kicking yourself over a decision or a choice that you made. I think you're feeling that if you hadn't have made that choice, or perhaps if you had have made a certain decision, that things would be different. And I feel like you're really blaming yourself right now for where you're at or where you found yourself. You find it notorious. You find it difficult to make a decision at the best of times, and right now you're being really hard on yourself over this choice that has had consequences recently, that brought something to an end. Something that you have carried for a long time has been a burden that perhaps has taxed you in many ways, and I feel like you were really counting on that situation going somewhere, or yielding some rewards, or taking you to the place that you wanted to be. I think you've been waiting for a long time for this situation to come to fruition, to yield results for you, and it appears that maybe because of this coronavirus situation, it has ended, or something in your life has come to an abrupt end. And while I see you blaming yourself, the message here clearly is that it's just timing. It wasn't the right time, or it had just because of the current timing of the situation. That's really all it is that it was a matter of time, a cycle, a spin of the wheel that has got you landed where you are, and it's through no fault of your own, through no lack of action, or through a decision that you made. It's really not your fault. It really is just time, and you being represented here at the end of a cycle, a completion, and what you're being called to do is let go of the attachment to any attachment you have made. It seems like you might have built a whole lot of hope and even a sense of identity around this perhaps relationship or endeavor that you've been putting your energy into, and it would appear you have a real sense of identity around that, and you're being called to let go of that, to the attachment that you have to this situation, whatever it may be in your life. It's time to let it go. And what I see is you coming out of this with a greater sense of self, a whole new identity, a whole new perception of yourself and who you can be and what you can achieve. So whatever has fallen away has done so in order to transform you and your sense of self. And there's just an incredible sense of renewal and celebration and recognition at the end of it. It's like, while you may feel a great sense of loss or waste. I get a waste of time. That's what sort of you might be ruminating on, like, shit, what a waste of time that was. You're actually fortified in this period of loss. You are fortified. Whatever you have established still stands, and it may not seem like it's going anywhere or going in the direction that you wanted it to, but there is a real strength and fortification of what you've built so far. So during this period you may need to just sit tight, reimagine who you are, or you know, make sure you're letting go so you can let some new ideas about yourself and about this situation come about, because at the end of this is a victory and a celebration and a renewed sense of self that is really going to serve you. There's a lot of joy, a lot of celebration, and almost at the end of it, a sense of, you know, I am so glad it happened that way. The timing couldn't have been better. My decision and where I had placed myself couldn't have been better, because there is a new beginning and ending, a new beginning, and there's great joy, celebration and reward in that for you. It's going to come around, and that's a good thing.